thought. Then, not far off, Bill saw a woman waving her arms about and mumbling to herself in Italian.
Non so cosa fare. Oddio, oddio, che cosa posso fare?
Bill went up to her and said, "What's the matter?"
Oddio, oddio, che cosa posso fare?
She moaned.
Questo è terribile, questo è ridicolo, non so cosa fare.
"Is she ill?" asked the doctor, hopefully.
Vorrei raccontarti la mia storia,
she said, and began to tell her story, which Bill translated for those who could not understand Italian.
ma sono stata educata a Firenze.
I am the daughter of a Sicilian peasant, but I was educated in Florence at the School for Professional House Cleaners. When I had passed all my exams, I looked out for a suitable job and eventually found employment at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Pettigrew of Pimlico. Unfortunately, I soon discovered that the Pettigrews were rather unreasonable. They objected when I hung my certificate from the School of Professional House Cleaners beside the mediocre sketches of their precocious little son, Basil Herbert. They complained when I cleared up their crumbs with the vacuum cleaner. They didn't like it when I forbade them to put their teacups down on my newly polished surfaces. And they moaned when I would not allow them to sit upon my freshly plumped up cushions. But worst of all, they hated it when I interrupted the little Herbert's singing lessons.
Ew!
Singing lessons? asked Chad.
Sì, sì, è terribile, è orribile.
Perhaps, said the persistent physician, it is not impossible that we might entice the amiable lady on to the doctor's friend? The minute the Pettigrews are out of the house, I spare no effort in trying to silence the little Herbert's frightful warbling. I lock him in the bathroom with the bath taps running, hoping that this will drown the dreadful trill. But it doesn't. Then I feed him on plates and plates of spaghetti, thinking that this will be enough to choke the ghastly serenade. But it isn't. In desperation, I tear up the piles and piles of song sheets, believing that he will have forgotten those hateful tunes. But he hasn't.
Oddio, oddio, che cosa posso fare?
She wailed. A brief spell on the doctor's friend might relieve the distressed lady's mind of her present predicament. But Bill had a better idea. And he made a brilliant gadget for removing the nuisance of Basil Herbert's singing. Bill listened very carefully in case he could still hear the odious Herbert's dirge. But he couldn't. The Sicilian cleaning lady was delighted with the result. Mr. and Mrs. Pettigrew less so. In fact, they sold their house in Pimlico and moved to somewhere in the north.
Che cosa fare?
Cried the Sicilian lady, for now she had no house to clean. Boadicea felt so sorry for her, she said, "We're trying to find new patients for the celebrated Dr. Scrout. Would you like to come with us?"
Sì, sì, grazie tanto,
she said. And they continued their amazing journey across the downs.